we're back today after a very long time with some more league racing action. I'm not going to go into all of it here, so you should see on like the post tab of my channel there should be an update there that I'll go into more detail with why it's been so long and sort of how things are going to look going forward. But yeah, now that's out of the way, we're just going to get straight into this. And we've got a brand new league here today then that we're joining, and it is FFRL, Fast Friday Racing League. And yeah, this is tier 2, and we've joined just in time for the start of a new season here, so yeah, all starting from 0, and we'll see how this goes. And yeah, I'm obviously not going to spoil anything too much, but yeah, I've got quite high hopes for this league. I don't think I've ever raced with anyone here before, but yeah, it does seem to be a very good league, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this season goes. We've got 10 races. I'm hoping to race in all of them if I can. I'm only a reserve at the moment, so there's no guarantees of that, but hopefully we'll be able to race in all 10 of the events here, as we nearly had a bit of an incident there, but thankfully that Sauber there ghosted. But yep, Suzuka then to start things off, a track that I do like a lot, so yep, was hoping we'd be doing alright here. We're currently 3rd at the moment, so yeah, not looking too bad. Yeah, honestly at this point I like to just be able to start the game up and drive. I'm not like worrying too much about the setups or pace or anything, so this league does seem to be like a good fit for me really, and sort of where I am in terms of like pace and how much I want to like drive at the moment. So yeah, I've got quite high hopes for it then, as we've got Rawley on pole there. In the other Aston Martin, I believe they're also a reserve, so yeah, we're not teammates, and I probably won't be in the Aston Martin all season end, but P5 to start the season then. Yeah, we're going to see how the race goes then, because as you can see it's wet weather forecast for the whole thing, and as I mentioned, not really been doing anything in terms of setup, so yeah, I've been running pretty much the default setup here. So we're going to see how it goes. We're going to try and underfuel the car a bit to see how, well, try and get a bit more pace then, I guess. And we'll just have to see how this goes then. As you can see, it is very much full wet conditions at the moment, and we'll have to wait and see then if that changes at all. But in terms of the weather forecast, it looks like the rain is certainly here to stay, but I mean, hopefully the wet tyres will clear a bit of the standing water as we're returning to the grid now. Then we'll see what we can do from P5. Feels like it was a long time since I've been that high up on the grid. I remember the later days of WOR, we just always seem to be at the back, so yeah, it's good to be back near the front. And like I said, I do have quite high hopes for this league. Obviously it's only been one race and I'm not going to spoil anything here, but yeah, I do have a good feeling about like this league and this season, so yeah, we'll see how it goes then, as we're lined up on the grid now, just waiting for the last couple of cars to take their position, and we will be getting ready then to start this first round then of the season. I did mention it was tier 2, didn't I? Yeah, 2 tiers, and yeah, this is tier 2. And yeah, we've got the lights coming on now then. And a new season is underway, and it is a pretty good start there. Getting alongside almost the Mercedes there towards turn 1. We're on the outside line, and yeah, turning in, we're just a little bit too far out wide there, carrying a little bit too much speed, but the Mercedes has gone very wide, well, much wider, and we've made a little bit of contact with them as they tried to rejoin there, and we've lost a couple of places ourselves there, so not the best start, but we're still side by side then with the Ferrari of Kieran there, but looks like he's just about managed to hold the position over us then, so not the best start, down a couple of places from where we start on the grid. Yeah, just very much, I think, just misjudged a bit the grip going into the first corner there, and we're a little bit too far out wide there. We didn't really have anywhere to go, I don't think, to be fair, but yeah, I think we still just carried a bit too much speed there. And then again into the second diagonal, we've gone wide again, and that's allowed Foster now. I'm not sure if that's the right pronunciation there, but yeah, they're through, and then the V-carb as well on the outside. But we should retake that position now then on the inside line into the hairpin. So yeah, quite an action-packed opening first few corners here then, as we are going to see the replay then of the start. And yeah, obviously it was quite a tentative get away from everyone there, and yeah, you can just see we were sort of on the outside there, probably not the best place to be, and I guess we were always just going to drift up wider, so there was a bit more contact behind us there, but thankfully we were well out of the way of that. Bit of contact with the Mercedes there as they rejoined, but yeah, I don't think there was very much we could have done there. As we're still right behind them then as we rejoin the action then at the end of the first lap, as Kieran was out a little bit wide there, makes contact with the Mercedes, and they both go over the chicane there, but it looks like they're both going to maintain the position over us then, so we're going to cross the line then in 8th place at the end of this first lap, so we have lost a little bit of ground there, but you know, still a long way to go, and I was just hoping that if we could keep her on the track here, then we'd be on for a good result, as there goes Foster there off the road, and that puts up in 7th, and now a virtual safety car is deployed, so that's going to neutralise things for the time being. We skip on to lap 3 then, and we're still running in 7th place and behind the this little group in front of us, and Kieran goes out a little bit wide in front of us there, and yeah, we just sort of follow him off the road, and then we go much wider this time in the second Egner, and that cost us quite a few positions this time then, and yep, we're down into 9th position, so yep, not the best start for us so far then, obviously quite race rusty in terms of, certainly in terms of F1 League racing. It's been nearly 2 years since the last one, so yeah, obviously he needs to get back into it a little bit, and yeah, a few little mistakes early on. Obviously not ideal to be having a, you know, a heavy rain race as the first one back, but yeah, we've got to try and make the best of it then, as we're heading into turn 1 on lap 5 then, and W has gone wide there in the Red Bull, so we'll see if we can get through here, but it looks like they've got just about enough there then to hold the position, and yeah, we stay in 9th place then for the time being, and yeah, not really anywhere to pass here, but I did mention before that, you know, the wet tyres could clear a bit of this standing water here, and yeah, we're now getting the radio message then from our engineer telling us to come in to put the intermediate tyres on, so that was a bit of a welcome surprise for me there, because I did think it was going to be, you know, wet tyres the whole way through, and you know, the intermediates are, you know, it's only a lot more, you know, versatile, so you know, you can really push them a bit more and get a bit more lap time as long as, you know, the conditions allow for it, so I was quite glad to be going over to them here. I guess you could argue maybe we could have tried to stay out a little bit longer here. Obviously we're going to try and hopefully take these to the end now if we can, if that is at all possible, because obviously yeah, if we can't do that, then that might have been a bad decision, because you know, some people might stay out longer, go to around about half distance, and then put the intermediate tyres on, and you know, be definitely guaranteed to just do the one stop. We may have to look after these a bit more. I didn't really know how long the inters would last here, so I just sort of in the moment decided, well, if it's quick enough for inters, we'll go on to inters now, but yeah, hopefully we won't have to stop again then, as long as there's no other things getting in the way of that, as we rejoined then in 11th place behind incumbent Wolf and Lolly there, but well, it looks like well, pitting there definitely was the wrong decision then, because the safety car has now come out then for an instant further back, I think it was. So yeah, we've lost a little bit of time then, because now all those people that didn't pit are going to have a free pit stop here to go with the intermediate tyres. So yeah, we've unfortunately lost out a bit again there then, and we're only in 10th position, although there was one person further up the field then, I think a couple of people in fact further up the road, who didn't actually pit here, and they pit on the next lap, so yeah, we were up to 9th then, because yeah, it was Silver Tombstone who pitted a lap later. I'm not sure where that was, but yeah, they're onto the intermediates a lap later then, as we're now getting ready to go racing again on lap 9 here. And yeah, the race leader then really bunching up here. I think this was probably a little bit excessive, I think, in terms of how much they slowed down here, because yeah, it was just causing quite extreme concertina effect at the back here, and well, I think I'm going to look behind us in a second. Yeah, it's just a complete mess there, so I think maybe they slowed down a little bit unnecessarily much there, and yeah, it caused it all to bunch up behind us there. But we are going to go racing now then, and we did have quite a decent run here then on incumbent Wolf here then towards turn 1. Obviously using the overtake here, but just not quite enough there. I imagine they were probably using their overtake as well there, so yeah, just couldn't get close enough there to get a good run into the first corner to look at making an overtake, and yeah, we'll stay in 9th place then for the time being. Skip into later in the lap and we're still right on the back of both the V-Carb and then also the McLaren of Liam Watt there as well. So we've got a little bit of a battle here for 7th place. Liam already with some penalties there, so that's what I guess one car we may not have to worry about, but we did get a great run there at a 130R on Wolf there, who then goes a bit deep into the Casio triangle, pushes Liam out wide, and then Liam pushes them back sort of in retaliation now. I'm sure it wasn't, but you know, just a little bit of trading blows there. But regardless, it allows us to sweep running outside going through that final turn, and we're up into 8th place, and Silver Tombstone also got through there as well and moves us up a position as well then. So yeah, we're in 8th place then, technically a net 7th because of those penalties for Liam there, but it would still be good then to get ahead of them heading well, and you could just keep on moving forwards in this race then, as there was someone who pitted there, I think, who just pitted like way later than they should have. I'm not sure why, because they were still on wet tyres. I'm not sure why they didn't put under the safety car, but nonetheless that's a place gain for us then, up into 7th. And yeah, we're still following close behind Liam then, who's also now catching up to W, who makes a mistake there into turns 1 and 2, and we should be through this time. Used a little bit of overtake there to just try and make sure we got ahead. Nearly lost the back end doing it, but we managed to just about make it work then, and we're up into 6th position. And now later on in the lap we've got a great run on Liam then towards 130R. Not really an overtake on there, so we just had to try and follow as close as possible and maybe look into the Casio triangle, but once again not confident enough on the brakes. Once again, as I mentioned before, I don't think I've raced anyone here before, so you know, I sort of had to be a little bit cautious here, but we did get a great run that time then down the pit straight, and we should have it done this time. But yeah, as I was saying, haven't raced anyone here, so you know, had to be a little bit cautious, didn't know what to expect from anyone here, and yeah, obviously I didn't want to make a bad first impression as well, so yeah, obviously had to try and gauge it a bit in terms of how much I could, you know, risk it in terms of overtaking and battling. But yeah, so far so good, I think, so far from everything I've seen. And on lap 15 then we've got another safety car. There's a little bit of a dilemma here because obviously we could pit for fresh tyres, but these inters were hanging on very nicely, so whilst I did think about pitting here, I decided to stay out, and in fact all of the top 4 did as well, and so did Liam behind me there by the looks of things. So yeah, not many people then near the front taking the risk. It looks like a few people near the back have, you know, with not much else to lose, have gone for it. But yeah, it just didn't seem worth it to lose track position there in 5th place. We'll see then how things go, because we were actually catching up to Kieran then before the safety car came out. So we'll see then what we can do once we go racing again. And once again, quite a slow restart here, not as slow as the first one, but yeah, I do think ideally you need to be going a little bit quicker than that. I think that's just like one little thing I'd probably point out from this race here that yeah, sort of caught my attention. But anyway, we're back racing now then, and we didn't actually get the best restart there because we've lost a little bit of ground to Kieran, although we've managed to keep the other Ferrari behind us then with a decent gap. So yeah, we'll see if we can keep on pushing forwards then, and yeah, try and build on this 5th place that we're in at the moment, which is already going pretty well for us then, as yeah, we're on to the end of lap 19 now then. We've got a good run here on Kieran then, so maybe we'll get a good run down the pit straight and have a look into the first corner. As we look to the inside, go on defensive then, we'll try running outside, but couldn't quite make that stick. But we've now drifted out a little bit wide down to turn 2, and that's allowed the other Ferrari to get alongside then, and we're going to be side by side into the S's. We're going to try and hold on if we can, but yeah, they've got the inside line now, and yeah, we had to concede the position there then. But yeah, worked out very nicely then for the 2 Ferraris, and one managed to defend the position, and then yeah, Silver Tombstone there just saw the gap open for a second, and yeah, straight away pounced, and yeah, made us pay for that one then. and yeah, it was a nice little battle there through the S's, and yeah, they came out on top in that one. And yeah, we rejoin the action then, as yeah, looks like Silver Tombstone is now catching up to his teammates, so that could be a good battle there. As we see now then down the back straight, it does look like he's got a good run there then towards 130 yards, and in fact they're going to be side by side, and Silver pushes Kieran out wide there then, as they're still side by side towards the Casio triangle, Kieran with the inside line, and Silver just has to back out of that one then, and yeah, that might give us a chance once again then to fight back, but not quite on that occasion. But yeah, this battle is going to rage on between the two Ferrari teammates. We've seen it in real life, and we're seeing it in the in this league as well then at the moment, as once again Silver's looking and running outside there, but no way through. But they should have a good run now then towards turn 1, and Kieran goes defensive once again then, so Silver's going to go round the outside, it looks like, towards turn 1. We're just waiting for it all to kick off, and it nearly does then, as there was certainly contact between the two. Silver's gone out wide, and Alex was actually looking to the inside, and thankfully they backed out of that one, because yeah, that wouldn't have been ideal there, going 3 wide into turn 2. But in all of it, Kieran has managed to stay in 4th position, and there's quite a gap now building up to the top 3, so yeah, certainly didn't seem to have the pace of the top 3, but they've done a very good job so far of holding on to this 4th position. Well, we've got a great run once again then towards 130. I don't know if they were just not using any ERS there, but we had a great run into the final chicane there, but yeah, just didn't quite have the confidence on the brakes there to get the move done, and certainly not in these conditions. But we've got a great run now then out of the final corner, and we're side by side down the pit straight. We're being squeezed quite a bit then, but not dramatically, but yeah, certainly enough to be on a bit of a bad angle towards the first corner then, and that allowed Kieran to sweep running outside. And is Silver going to make us pay once again then? Well, not quite. We were just about onto it this time, and maintain our 5th position for the time being. But yeah, this is turning into quite a scrap then. It looks like it's all going to be for 4th position in this race, because yeah, the top 3 have all just run off at the front, and yeah, we've got just over 3 laps to go now then, and yeah, we're sort of running out of chances here to make this move stick, and Kieran has really just seems to have had the answer for everything that both me and Silver have thrown at them so far, as we're on the outside this time for turn 1, but yeah, they've got that one covered, and we make sure we cover the inside line for turn 2 this time, so that we aren't under any pressure this time. And that one to later on in the lap, and we've got a great run again towards Spoon here, but again, just not really feeling confident enough to go for a move there then, as we're just following around trying to get a good run. But they actually lose it then into the second part. We had to slam on the brakes a bit there to avoid a collision, and we certainly got whacked from behind. We certainly felt it there, and yeah, in fact Silver actually lost a bit of front wing there, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, just not really much I could do, because you know, I was trying not to run into the back of the other Ferrari there that was a little bit out of shape, and you know, there wasn't a gap to try and go for a move there, so I just had to try and slam on the brakes a bit, and just to avoid a collision. And well, thankfully we did that. Well, I think we had a little bit of contact, but yeah, obviously there's a bigger contact behind us there, and we're side by side again then with Kieran in the meantime. But once again, they've got that inside line covered, and it's now Jet then who's trying to go for the move into, well, on the exit there, but we just about had it covered. Both Jet and still full with penalties at this point, so we should be on for at least 5th place here, but obviously we can see that 4th place right here, and yeah, we still want to try and go for it if we can then, with just a lap to go now, and we're getting so close on the brakes here, as we do seem to have more pace than Kieran, but we've just not been able to get past, so it's been quite a frustrating end to the race. But you know, a great battle nonetheless, so we'll see then. We've got one more chance here. I really did feel that like the outside line, because it's the racing line, would be the better way to go, even though it hadn't worked the last couple of times, just because when I tried the inside line, it just really felt like we were like just not able to carry enough speed then on that sort of tighter angle. So I really felt that like the outside line was the way to go, but I just couldn't get enough speed to actually, you know, get ahead of the Ferrari there to actually, you know, make make it stick. So yeah, Kieran did a great job there of sort of placing their car in the right position there, and yeah, stopped us from getting through. And yeah, it doesn't look like we've got anything more to give on this final lap. But so yeah, that looks like it was our last chance. But still, it's been a really good race as we nearly throw it away there in 130R. But yeah, I was saying I didn't want to spoil anything beforehand, but yeah, it was a great race, and yeah, it was feeling really optimistic about this because it was a very good race overall then, as we crossed line then for 5th position. And yeah, a very good start to our time in this league then, as we see the podium now then. And it was the still need to call him Renault, the Alpine driver of Top Welder, who took the first win then of the season, with the other Aston Martin driver then Rowley in 2nd place and Gamer Plays in 3rd place in the Red Bull. As mentioned before, obviously me and Rowley are both reserves, so yeah, we're not actually Aston Martin teammates or even, well, driving for the team at all really. So yeah, we'll probably be in different cars in future races. But yep, there's a confirmation then of the final results, with yep, Top Welder taking the victory from Rowley, Gamer Plays. Then it was Kieran, me, Incumbent Wolf, Alex, Retro, Jet, Silver, Apple and Lolly, I believe, are all the point scorers, because I believe we're running a different point system to the one that F1 uses. The points are down to 12th, and I believe it's still 25 points for a win, but sort of everything else below that is sort of a bit more, is worth a bit more than it is in real life. So I think we took 14 points from this first race, so yeah, a decent way to kick things off then. And yeah, all I've really got to say is that this is just a very enjoyable first race in this league. I didn't really know anything about it going into it, but I thought I'd give it a chance because I hadn't league raced in a while and I'd been missing it, and I'd been enjoying playing the F1 25 game a bit more recently. So yeah, I just decided to give it a go, and yeah, I think it should hopefully be a good season then, if this first race is anything to go by. So yeah, if you've made it this far into the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. Should hopefully be another race next week then. Well, there definitely will be, but hopefully I'll be racing in it, and it's Imola for round 2, so we'll see how we can do there. So yep, that'll be it from me today. If you have been waiting 2 years for me to post something again, then I apologise for the long wait, but yeah, should hopefully be uploading a bit more consistently for these next couple of months at least, and we'll see where things go from there. So yep, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.